So now we have to prepare the zipper for attachment to the bag panels. And I asked you to cut two 4.5-inch by 1.5-inch wide tabs. And so you're going to take them and you're going to fold them in half. And so that's the folded edge. This is the cut edge. And then you're going to open your zipper up a little bit, as I have. You can see there. And then you're going to take the folded edge and place it so that it is towards the teeth, and you're going to sew it along this edge. So this is how I've set it up. I've used some pins. There is a sticky bias double-sided tape that you could put just on the inside, on the underside of this tab, and stick it down instead of using pins. But I'm using pins because I don't have any of that right now. You'll notice that the zipper tab or the zipper pull is facing up. So now what I've done is I've put the tabs on that side and the other side, same thing, fold facing towards the zipper, and I've centered it between the top and the bottom of the two outside paddles, or the front and back, I guess, and then I've trimmed off the excess. Okay, so you can see the excess. I should say that this little section is about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch from the edge of the bag on both sides when I placed these pieces and when I centered the zipper between the two pieces. Okay, so now we sandwich the panel, one side of the panels, onto the zipper. So the panel is face up, the zipper is face down with the pull to the right and face down, and it's lined up with the edge of the panel. And then you center it, make sure you center it, and then put the lining face down lined up with the edge. And then you're going to stitch with a scant quarter of an inch and your zipper foot on your sewing machine. So now I've sewn the pieces together, and this is what we get as I turn it over. And there's the zipper sewn in, and I've pressed these things back. Okay, you see that? Pressed it down, and then I'm going to now top stitch along this side, and then I'm going to repeat this whole process for the other side. So this is what I've got now finished. I've done the same thing on both sides. You see I've top stitched on the top. The two linings are on the back side, like that. Okay, so the zipper is now in. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to open the zipper about halfway on the two pieces, and then you're going to take the two backing parts. Okay, so this is what I've done. I've put the two lining pieces together, right sides facing, you can see that, and I've put the two panels, selvage panels, facing together, and you can see that I've pinned them all the way around. Okay, and I've double pinned here because I want to leave an opening so that I can turn the whole bag right side out, and that's part of the reason why the zipper underneath is left open so I can get through. And then talking about how the zipper goes in, if you can see this, I've pushed the teeth towards the selvage area. Okay, so it's sort of got a little hail there as it's pushed in, because I want the teeth to be up the highest when it is turned right side out. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew starting here all the way around, and when I get to here I'm going to stop 1/4 of an inch from this tab, and then I'm going to start again 1/4 of an inch after I've crossed the teeth. Okay, and so all the way around, and then do the same thing, stop 1/4 of an inch from the teeth here, and then skip over and start again. And so so a 1/4 of an inch past this, start at the 1/4 inch past, and so all the way down to where I want to stop to leave this opening. So now what we need to do is make a box of the end after we've sewn around all the edges before we turn it right side out. So it's like this. So I'm going to do that on both the front and the back, or like the inside or the outside. And what you do is you take your batting pieces or your selvage pieces, and you try to make a square here, and then you're going to draw a line 1 inch, or if you want it to be a deeper box, look 1.5 inches maybe. I think I'll do 1.5 and just see what that's like, because the one that I did do was only 1 inch. So I'll measure from here to here 1 inch, draw a line, sew across it, and then cut off the edges or the extra here. And I will do the same on this as well, on all 4 corners. So this is what I've done. I've measured 1.5 inches from this point right here up to here, and I've drawn a pencil line. And when I've finished all that, it will look like this. This is a completed one. I've sewn across the line that I made, and then I've cut about 1/4 of an inch, left a 1/4 inch seam, and I'll do that the same way on the lining. So I've done all that boxing with the ends, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. But I've also taken the part that was open in the lining so I could turn the whole bag right side out. I have just sewn it with a very, very fine line, straight line sewing, just to seal it. Okay, so my bag is finished, and I put it next to the first one I made, and you can see that this is wider. This is 1.5 inches from that little corner, whereas this one here is only 1 inch. So it's going to be a narrow, taller bag, and my other one is going to be a little bit shorter, but it's going to have a little bit more space inside to put things in. And it's pretty as well. I kind of like it. So I hope that yours turns out to your liking, and that you can enjoy it as much as I'm going to enjoy mine.